There's always opportunity to at least listen to a lesson as it's being presented. And if you still don't understand, then you can come in. Sometimes students do a good job with that. They understand. They can get the assignment done. Sometimes they need a little bit of extra help. But at least that's the first place you go to. This chapter, I've got to be really consistent about showing these and then putting them on Google Classroom. Okay? Chet, you got that? You got this written down? Okay. Way, but first thing we need to do is do what when we get a reaction that we're having to use in which to solve a problem. What do we? First thing we need to do? Find the ratio. How do you find the ratio? Well, what is this ratio? No, it's not 1 and 2. 1, 1, 1. Right? But we look at it and take a second look at it, and what's wrong with it?
Oh, it's
Not
balanced.
Not balanced. That's the first. Now, if they have numbers in front of them, then you don't have to really do anything with balancing, right? So you'll get an assignment today where some of them are balanced and some of them aren't. You always got to double check the balancing. So we go ahead and we balance it real quick. We put a 2, 3, 4, and we're balanced. Now we know the ratios. 4, 3, 2. Okay. Something I like to do is I like to use this as kind of a map. And so on this map, I'm going to write down where I'm at. So I'm right here. It tells me I have 0.425 moles of this stuff. Okay? So it's kind of like on a map. You're on a map. You're here. I need to get here. Where do I need to go to get there? Okay? It's asking for grams of oxygen. So on this map, what I like to do is I like to put gram units above. Now it's not for a calculation. It's not to set up a calculation or anything like that. But it just allows me to kind of know where I want to go. So I'll always kind of put on my map moles down below if I have to calculate them, and then grams above. It's just a way for me to organize my thoughts, and that's the way I've always done it. But you know, that's something that you can use or not. That's up to you. So the question is, we have to get to this answer. We have to find grams of oxygen. So we've got a starting point, and we've got an ending point. And we have to find a way to get to the ending point. So on all these problems, if you get confused, you don't know where to start, take what you're given and put it in front, so you got a starting point. So here's my starting point. Okay, I'm at the starting line. Okay, I'm at the starting line.
Now
So,
keep going.
yeah, I gotta keep. I can't just say, oh, give up. Can't do it. Give up. Okay. So now I got to make progress forward. So what do you think would be the most logical unit or whatever I need to do to put down here?
Grams.
Okay, so, but if I put grams there, what's the reason for me to put grams there?
Well, there you put moles.
We don't
Okay.
put grams, we don't put
There-
moles.
Yeah. So right away you go, wait a second. Oh, you don't. You put moles down there because they got to cancel, right? Moles of what?
L2O3.
Right, Al2O3. So if you get stumped, what you do now, if you notice, I didn't put a number there because there's sometimes students get ahead of themselves and they say, "I'm going to put a 1 there." That doesn't work here. Okay, you're not going to put a 1 there. So there's a tendency for students to not really think. They just base it off of past habits, and we always use 1 with moles, right? A lot of times. but we're not going to put that there. We're going to wait to see what's above so that we can make a determination really kind of what we need to write in there. We could write 1, or what else could we write? 2. We could write this 2, or we could write 1. So we got to wait though. We got to wait and see what we're going to write. So I want to get from here to grams of oxygen, but I've got a weight of Al2O3, which would be, you know, that's a certain amount, and oxygen's a certain amount. What do you think I need to do before I can find grams of O2? So in the past, what did I need to know of O2 before I could find grams of O2? What's that? I have to know the number of moles, right? So in the past, I have to find the number of moles. So does anybody have an idea what unit would go up here so I can find the number of moles? What would I put up here?
Grams.
Grams? Okay, let's say I put grams. Grams of what?
Oxygen.
Okay, grams of oxygen. So can we say for every so many moles of this, I got so many grams of oxygen? Can we do that? Okay, so this is Al2O3, and this is oxygen. They're two different substances. Guess what? They have two different molar weights. Oxygen's 32, and aluminum oxide's like 100 grams. I cannot make that. I can't do that. I cannot make that connection between the two. So I can't do that. That doesn't work.
So do you put moles of...
Okay, keep thinking. Keep going.
Do you put moles of Al2?
Okay? Put moles of Al2 up here. But they're the same thing.
I'm just trying to figure out a way that you can like cancel
Right.
out one.
I'm trying to get you guys to think without me telling you the answer.
So have grams of Al2.
Put grams up here.
Yeah.
No, maybe put moles of oxygen.
Okay? So let's go to if I put grams of Al2O3, it'll give me this grams.
Yeah.
Okay? But I want to find grams of O2. So I probably don't want to put grams of Al2O3 because I'm not asked for that. I'm asked for grams of oxygen. Okay, so you said moles of what? Okay, so can we put moles of O2? Can I make that connection? Is there somewhere where I can compare those two? Okay, we did that yesterday's assignment. So what number should go down here? 2, and what number should go up here? 3. Okay, so I'm trying to make you guys think without me telling you exactly what. Does that make sense? Now, so if I got moles of O2, I got one more step and I have it solved. Because right now, if I stop there,
Then you have to go into like 1 mole of O2 is how many grams?
right. So remember, we're connecting two thoughts. We said, okay, we can do mole to mole. We did it. We got an answer. If we wanted to plug an answer in, we could do it. But we really want to continue on until we get our final answer in grams. So down here, I'm going to put what? Moles of O2. And up here, I can put grams of O2. Now I can make that connection because it's the same substance. And so what number goes down here? See, there's the thing. People want to put 3.
1.
Okay, now the reason why we wouldn't put 3 is because we want to find out how many grams are in 1 mole so we can make that connection. So I put 1 here, and up here I put 32 because that's 2 times 16. There is a lot of students that will do these and they'll put 3 down here because they see the 3 there. But if I put a 3 down there, then I'd have to multiply 32 by 3 to get that right ratio. Okay? So then I get my answer. Okay? This is something that should be like going from kilograms to milligrams. Go kilograms to grams, grams to milligrams. 2 conversions. Okay? That's all we're doing. Now, I want you guys to plug this in your calculator because we still have students plugging numbers in wrong on their calculator and they'll get a wrong answer. The answer for this is 20.4 4 grams of O2. That's how many grams of oxygen you have to be able to produce 0.425 moles. You have to have at least that amount. So, sometimes students, when they plug these in, just like when we did conversions, if you plug it in all at once on a calculator, you have to press equal each time.
425 times 3, that's equal. Divide by 2, multiply by 32.
Yeah, press equal each time though.
There you go.
You gotta press equal each time you do it. Okay? Do you guys want to try one on your own?
Try it on our own.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. I want you to do this on your own.
Easy.
Okay? First thing you have to do is balance. Let's just balance it so everybody knows how to balance. So I go 2, and hydrogen's 2, then oxygen's 1. Probably got to double everything. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and double everything. So I'm going to make this 2, make this 4, make that 2, 8, 2's 10, 5. 2, 5, 4, 2. Okay. Knock yourself out. See if you can figure that one out. Okay, I will give you grams of CO2 molar mass so you don't have to figure it out. It's 44 grams per mole. Okay, so 44 grams per mole is what the molar weight is of CO2. See if you can figure out the answer. I'm going to go ahead and you guys keep working. I'll just put a few things up here, kind of where you should have been starting. I always like putting on my map where I'm at. So I'm down here on my map, 3.2 moles of this. Kind of gives me a guideline. And I need to go 2 grams of CO2. So I need to go over here on my map. If you notice, okay, if you notice, we can't go diagonal. We can't go from moles of C2H2 to grams of CO2. We always got to go horizontal or vertical. Can't go at a diagonal. Okay? So that means I have to go from moles of C2H2 to moles of CO2. Okay? So 3.2 moles of C2H2. I know exactly what I'm going to copy down here. I don't put a unit there with it because I don't want to make a mistake of putting 1 when I'm supposed to put a number greater than 1. So I go moles of C2H2, and I know I need to go horizontal so that I can go vertical if this is my map. And so up here I'm going to put moles of CO2. So then I make that comparison, and it says it's a 2 to 4 ratio. So right now, if I stop, I'd have 6.4 moles. But I want grams. So now I can go vertical. So now I can go moles of CO2 to grams of CO2. And it says for every 1 mole, I got 44 grams. That's what this says up here. And then I get my answer. Okay?
281.6.
281.6. So I'm going to say 280 grams CO2. Okay?
How do you want to
I got 2 digits.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So, feel pretty good about it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, now I'm going to switch things up on you just a little bit. But you guys know where you start. You know where you need to go. And I'm going to see if you can figure it out with me showing you where you're going to have to go on this setup. Okay? So, I've got a balance for you. I want you to see if you can figure this one out on your own. It's different than the last one, but you still got to use your knowledge of how the units need to cancel and where you're starting. I always like putting on my map, hey, this is where I'm starting. I'm starting at 12.5 grams. And it's asking for me the moles of ammonia. This is ammonia in H3. So I need to get down here. I need to go from hydrogen to moles of NH3. I got to figure on my map how I need to go. Remember, I can't go diagonal. I got to go vertical or horizontal, depending upon my starting point. Okay? So if this is kind of your map, you kind of know, hopefully you'll know what I mean by vertical on this map. If you're using that kind of as a guide, what steps you need to do at what time. Okay? See what you can come up with an answer. Once you get the answer, I'll come around and check your work. Okay? Okay, so on this one up here, first thing we have to do is we got to go grams to moles. So this is different than the last one. So on this one, this is my starting point. I want to go down here and I want to find moles of this. So that's why I put moles on the bottom kind of as a map. So I want to go there first. That's the first thing I want to do. And then I want to go over to moles. Can't do anything diagonal. So I'm going to put the 12.5 grams of H2. Then I'm going to go grams of H2 down here to moles of H2. So when I do that, I got to find the molar mass of H2, and it's 2.02. Now I'm here. See, there's where I'm at on my map. So I need to go over to moles, and all I have to do there is do a mole relationship. So now I put moles of H2, because that's what I have here once I solve for it. And I want to keep going. And then I want moles of NH3 here. And that's where I put my mole ratios in. So this would be 3 to 2. When I do that, then I get a number around 4 for my answer. My units cancel. So got to make sure you're making logical connections that you've done before. You know, like grams to moles is always a connection you can make, or moles to moles is a connection you can make. Okay, but it has to be of the same element if it's grams to moles. It can't be grams of H2 to grams of NH3. That doesn't work. So the answer for this one would be 4.13. Okay. Okay, and then so that worksheet you're working on, I want you guys just to do 1 through 6 on that for 1 through 6 for Monday. 7 and 8 don't have to do. We haven't got to those yet. So 1 through 6 on Monday. Okay. Now,